You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Linda.
I'm David, and I haven't been
Whoa,
here.
wait a minute! What in the world?
David.
I know. I don't even look the same. Look at this. I got like a forest on my face.
Nice.
Majestic beard.
Yeah, that's coming along pretty nice. Is that the quarantine beard?
Oh yeah, this is the quarantine beard, or the it looks like I've been shipwrecked for like 3 or 4 months type beard. You know, haven't been able to get in the barbershop, but you know, it's okay.
Well, we got kind of an exciting weekend this weekend. We're venturing off right now to Winchester. We're going to stop and see one of the gentlemen that we've been working with.
Uncle Wayne.
This is one of those places that we revisit time and time again, just to check and see what the status of the activity is. Also to talk with him and work with him on getting rid of some of the entities that have been bothering him for some time now.
Right.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be heading down to Marion, Virginia,
Yes.
for another investigation. And we've got a place. We were originally going to go back out to Hidden Valley just to camp. Just to camp for the night after the investigation, not to necessarily do any Bigfoot hunting,
Yeah.
but just to camp out there. But they're like fumigating, David. What was that talking about on the Hidden Valley side? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was like the use. I think I sent it to you. It was like gypsy moss, right, Linda? So
Yeah.
it was gypsy moss. They're
Yeah.
spraying for that because they deforest, like they kill the trees and stuff in there. So they had to spray it like 2 times, and it would take them like 2 weeks or something like that to spray for the stuff. They said the pesticide though, it wasn't harmful to humans, but then again, there's been a lot of things that's not harmful for humans in history, so I don't really trust that.
Right, and even if we wanted to risk it, they are closed
Right.
through June. So we found another place that we're keeping our fingers crossed. It's called Ravencliff
Yes.
Campground.
Right.
And we're not sure what to expect from this place. It's a first come, first served basis, so we could
Right.
very well get down there and not find a site. But the lady on the phone, she did tell me this is their first weekend open
Yes.
since the quarantine, since they've gone to stage 1 or whatever they're going to right now.
Yeah.
It's their first weekend open, so she doesn't anticipate any problems with us getting a site down there.
Right.
So we're hoping to establish a camp down there tomorrow. Not establish one. There'll already be sites established.
That's
Yeah.
already so fun.
Go set up a
is.
camp.
So fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing like hanging out in the woods. Am I right?
I know, and the more secluded, the better. Like,
Yes.
you can't beat a secluded campsite out in the middle of the woods. And this is in the Mount Rogers National Forest, if I'm not mistaken. So it's out there. There's really not a whole lot of campsites. There may be a total of 20. And we're really hoping that we're the only ones out there.
Absolutely.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
That will be
Would
cool.
be.
Then we'll be hitting the investigation that night, a residential investigation.
Yep.
And camping out there. Looking forward to some
Yeah.
campfire tales from beyond the grave.
And campfire food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the best part.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, got the little smokies, and I think we're going to probably get some sausage or some sort of campfire foods, that
Yes.
we usually eat around
Yeah,
the
s'mores
campfire.
too. Got that for
Oh,
us.
yeah. Nice.
Definitely. So this has all the makings of a good episode of Gas, Grub, and Ghost.
It does.
Shortly up the road here, we may be stopping for some grub.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's see what happens. I think I sense a Love's
Coming
in
up
the
soon.
near future here. It could be just because we've driven down this way so many times and we know there's one there.
Yeah.
Or it could be the psychic abilities kicking in. I'm not sure.
That's right.
450 feet, turn left
Ready.
onto Jimmy Burrow Lane.
So we're stopping up at Love's here.
Yeah, dude, I had these things, man, in like my closet for a long time, man, because I knew something like this would happen.
You know they go bad after a while.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, they expire.
Don't tell me that.
Expire.
Don't tell me that. It's still good.
I'm just kidding. They don't actually expire. Don't everybody freak out. Comment.
I bet now you're gonna cause like mass hysteria.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With that one comment.
The mask expire?
Oh man, maybe I need to look that up. I gotta make sure this thing's got a good seal.
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah, you're supposed to shave your
Proceed to the
beard.
route.
Oh, I can't shave my
wear
beard. I can't do that. Thank you.
So they always have some really cool kind of designs on their t-shirts here at Love's. And I noticed one at the bottom I've never seen before. And this is kind of funny. Like, I really like it. Common bear attacks. And it's got a bear attack in this little stick figure in various ways.
I like the full Nelson.
Yeah, exactly.
That happens. That happens. David, you mentioned a drink over here that you wanted to highlight.
Y'all have these things?
What is it?
The Bangs? The Bang energy drinks?
I don't think I've had the
Those
Bang
things are
energy
some
drink.
good stuff, man.
Is it?
They're really good stuff, man.
Well, I see
Packed
they got
with, like
a
caffeine.
plethora of flavors.
Yeah. The blue ras, or yeah, I guess blue raspberry or whatever, those are really good. Those are really good.
Breaker 19, this is Ghost Hunter, venturing off into the night, searching the unexplained and unknown. Anybody know if Geraldine's is open?
Geraldine's. That place hasn't been in existence for years.
That's the place that Alan Jackson talks about, though, right?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
rock the jukebox?
Yeah, it was actually...
Yeah, it's right around here in Doswell.
Cool story, though. It wasn't actually owned by a person named Geraldine.
Really? Let's flip that around so you can tell about that story.
Okay. So actually, Geraldine's was up by where King's Dominion is now, and it was this kind of stop for the truckers. But it was actually a guy. I think they said his name was Jerry, who owned the place, and they used to, I think, make fun of him, calling him Geraldine. So the name kind of stuck. But after that, I think it became like the American travel stop. And I think it was owned by some foreign people for a while, and then maybe they sold it, and it just started going downhill. And I don't think that it's even in existence anymore. Like, I think they've have it almost completely closed, and it might have been taken over and built upon by one of the new
there are some
places.
Flying J's and Loves around there. So.
That's right.
But I
that's
ask
right.
every time because I can't find this place. We can't seem to find it on Google Maps.
Yes.
But let's
yes.
talk about these nuts. Okay, right here. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
These are some
A1
planters that we got at the Love's truck stop. It
Yep.
says mixed nuts.
Yes.
And I like A1 sauce. When I was a kid, I used to put it on my steaks. But now more so, I really like I guess I should say the natural flavor of the steak, especially if it's done on the grill and such.
Right.
So I don't use it so much anymore. But I am going to try some of these. Just to... Got a couple of almonds there. I do like almonds. It's a weird flavor.
Is it? Does it taste like A1 steak sauce? Not really.
A little bit. There's a hint of it there.
It smells like it.
But I gotta say, when it comes to like almonds, I really like the smoked ones.
Oh.
You know, I really like
yeah.
the smoked almonds.
The smoked almonds
Perhaps
are good.
you'd like to partake.
I would, actually. Let's see if I can pull out something other than an almond. They usually chalk these things full of almonds because it's like filler, along with the cashews. But I like the expensive nuts. And yet I'm only pulling out almonds. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? Homemade Chex Mix. Oh, that is the best stuff in the world.
Homemade Chex Mix. Yeah.
I can eat it by the bucket, by the gallon. Like, I could eat that stuff. Especially if you make it like really, really seasoned and you eat it warm out of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what this tastes like.
That's right. It does kind of taste. It has got that like sweet flavor to it.
Yeah, it's like Worcestershire and garlic and a couple of other things in there.
Right. I wouldn't guess A1 if I didn't read the label.
That's really good though.
David, what about these nuts? Do you want some?
What are they?
Want to try a nut?
Want some nuts?
What are they?
Have some of these.
They're A1 nuts?
Yeah, A1.
I think you're gonna need some light back there, though.
Yeah.
Ass still.
Oh, that's right.
Look at this, guys. Got to put on some hand sanitizer, you know?
Yeah. He's probably wearing his mask because I coughed once a little while ago.
No, I just haven't taken it off from coming outside. Because I figured we were going to go into like
I think
more
I scared
things.
him.
I'm just going to try this. What is this? They're A1 nuts?
Yeah.
I'm trying these. That's weird. I can taste the A1 sauce.
Yeah.
That's weird. They're good, though.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
That's solid.
Yep.
So we made it up to Sheetz in Winchester.
Yeah.
Our last stop before arriving at the location for tonight's investigation. So perhaps a bite to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What are you feeling?
It's probably kind of something small. I mean, like, they have like kind of snack size type things here or something.
They do.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking,
Yep.
like one or two of those, you know, because if we're gonna be up to like 2 o'clock, which I don't know if I'm gonna make it, because you know, it's kind of
Right.
late, you know.
That's only like 2 hours from now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like 12 now. Time is non-existent during the quarantine. It's non-existent.
That's right. That's right. But needless to say, if they don't have it at Sheetz, we probably don't need it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So what do we got here? What are you going with over there, David?
Yeah, I really don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of stuck, man. Like, see, that screen, do you need more time screen swapped with like 5 times? It's like stressing me out. It's like poking me on a stick.
Yeah, they really do kind of put that up there a little too quick. Lunch. So I found some things that look really, really good. They're made by Miss Freshly's, right? Hershey's triple chocolate cakes. Look at that.
That's a necessity.
Yeah,
That's a mid-investigation snack right there.
it is. But for 2 people, because I'm not going to eat the whole thing,
Right.
I just got myself like a chicken Caesar wrap, you know, going a little on the lighter side, a little more, you know, a little more healthy. So I don't want to kill it with 2 of these. Maybe just
Right.
one.
Absolutely.
Gotta have just one.
And look at the Wild Republic over here. A bunch of strange rubber duck-like animals.
What's wrong with that one up at the top?
It does? Yeah, it's like a shark duck.
I squeezed it and it came out.
So this is the boneless bites here at Sheetz, and mine are covered in habanero sauce, which seem to perhaps get on Linda's snack-sized burrito.
This was supposed to be just a wrap, and it's pretty large. I mean, it's a large wrap.
It is.
But, yes, I'm
Let's
currently
unveil
wiping
that thing now.
habanero stuff off of it. This is the chicken Caesar wrap.
Oh.
So it actually has like, it's like a
It's
chicken.
got croutons in
It does. It has croutons. I like crunchy things in my salad wrap.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Nothing like some croutons in the salad.
Yep. It's going to be quite crunchy. Just can't get it back together now that I revealed it for you.
Oh man, so what's the verdict on that?
That's actually really good.
So what do you got there, David?
Well, I got 2 of these, like, what were they called? Like poppers? Like
you
chicken
got that, like,
poppers?
Bacon, cheesy bacon.
Poppers or something.
Tater
I don't know.
bombs.
Yeah. And then I got
the
some
tater
like
bombs.
they got like some kind of chicken wrap in there.
Ah.
Yeah, it's just like I think a grilled chicken, and I think bacon on it. I think ranch too on there. So I've had them before. They're pretty good. They're pretty good stuff. But these are pretty solid too.
Nice.
I wasn't
Yeah, you could
expecting
try
them to be
those.
this good,
So I happened to find, I didn't even know they still had these, the State Mountain Dews.
Oh.
And oddly enough, I found a Delaware Mountain Dew.
Oh.
Pretty cool. It's got the Delaware Memorial Bridge, the Dover Raceway. I think I see a blue hen up at the top there, only it's green because it's the Mountain Dew bottle. And the diamond, because Delaware is a diamond state. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, and I love these boneless bites. Habanero sauce all over them.
Ooh.
Mmm. Oh. That's some good chicken. Oh. So, Sheetz for dinner, Sheetz for breakfast. And for breakfast here at Sheetz, I have this chicken sandwich. It's a home style, actually it's a spicy chicken breast patty. It's got jalapenos, fire roasted tomato sauce, buffalo sauce, some jalapeno ranch, jalapeno peppers, pickles, pepper jack cheese, tomatoes, shredded lettuce, and onions because I like to be healthy.
That thing is loaded up. Just look at that dripping in the paper. Oh man.
That's a good sandwich.
Good.
We are rolling down 81. We had a little got sidetracked by, who was it? This something ghost hunters of the Shenandoah,
right? Yeah.
I think it was. Ghost Hunting Society, the Shenandoah, something along those lines. That guy, Andy, really nice guy. You know, when you get together with people like that, you start talking about the paranormal and, you know, telling stories about what you've experienced. You know, sometimes it can get out of hand. So
That's right.
A little bit of a later start than we anticipated, but we are, like I said, rolling down 81. We've got some beautiful mountains up ahead of us, and headed down to what's Ivanhoe, I believe is the name of the town.
Ivanhoe,
Yep. Ravencliff
And
Campground.
We stopped, as you got a glimpse, we stopped at Sheetz, and I gotta say, that chicken sandwich I had was pretty good.
It was.
We
yeah,
didn't
I
get
had
really a
one too.
chance to show yours because we were talking and such.
Yeah.
But going back, of course, last night we went up to our location in Winchester.
Yep.
Talked to the gentleman. He hadn't had a whole lot of activity going on recently.
Right.
So we're hoping that what we're doing, what we're working on with him, is actually working. Sometimes it's a process. It's not an overnight.
Yes.
You know, it's said and gone. So we didn't investigate, but we spent some time conversing and talking about the progress and about the activity and the, you know, we figured if we did do an investigation, it might pop something back up.
Right.
So let sleeping dogs lie.
Yes, exactly.
We'll go back. We'll check in again at a later date.
Yep. But right now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to check out these right here. These Miss Freshley's Hershey cupcake kind of things. And we're going to see if they're a little bit melted because it's kind of warm outside. But I'm tempted to eat one even if it is melted. So, yeah, we'll have to check these out.
Let's see. We'll have
Yeah,
open
yeah.
this.
See if you can get one.
I don't need any hands to drive here, so I can open this. You comfortable back there, David?
He's driving. He's driving with his tentacles.
There it is, right there. Am I supposed to eat one of these?
Yeah. Oh, look at
man.
that. They are a little
Look
bit.
at my shirt, though. Like, this is going to be on it.
I know.
And,
that thing is pretty messy, but.
I didn't bring enough shirts.
Oh, man.
But I have a long sleeve shirt to throw over this. Let's see.
Oh, wow. That looks good.
It's got that in the middle.
It's got that in the middle.
I don't know what it is, but it's like...
I think it's supposed to be some kind of caramel or something in there.
This is on point. This is a good thing right here.
I'm sure it is.
Not too melted.
Yep, and not anything on your shirt yet.
There you have
That's
it.
pretty good. I did see a crumb fall down between the seats and, you know.
Yeah, it's probably sitting on it, smearing it all around, so when I get up, it looks like I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
These are some nice campsites. So we're up here. We arrived at Ravenscliff, and it's looking like some really nice campsites up here. You can actually drive right up to the sites. Linda, you got out and got an envelope,
I
right?
did, yeah.
$5 a night. Am I mistaken?
Yeah, it is $5 a night, and so which is really cheap, but it is kind of primitive camping. I mean, you know, I don't think you're going to find anything more than a porta potty out here. There seem to be picnic tables and fire rings, which is good. That's, you know, a little bit of modern convenience here, but
compare this to Hidden Valley, though. I mean, this isn't primitive. You know what I mean?
This is not that primitive.
We got a car right there. Like,
Yeah.
literally, if I pan over here, you can see you pull in. There's your camping pad. There's the car. So it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of food. We'll get a lot of food.
Right, and we need to go find like the most far away kind of remote campsite that we possibly can.
Let's do it. So here we are, the farthest site from everyone else. And I gotta say, this is a pretty cool site.
It is.
They got a big square pad up here for us to put our tents on. There's a little trail that goes down to the bottom, perhaps to Cripple Creek, so I can take a bath in the morning.
This is one sturdy picnic table.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, is like hewn out of trees, like giant trees.
They
or
don't play when
something.
it comes to picnic
Look at
tables.
that thing. That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah, and look, there's already wood here for us.
Yep.
So we got some starter wood. We got, you know, plenty of stuff laying around there.
Yep.
We'll be building a fire after this investigation tonight. This will be a good place, I think.
Yep, I think so.
I think 2 tents will go here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it probably would. It looks larger once you get to it. Yeah.
Look at that. A bundle one.
I was looking at the bundle too. 40.
So in the interest of time, we stopped at a McDonald's here. Went through the drive-thru. Oddly enough, people were less than friendly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because usually people are friendly out this way.
True.
But I don't know. What'd you get?
Cheeseburgers.
Oh.
The 2 cheeseburger meal? I
Okay.
really like 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, David.
Oh, dude, I got quarter pounder. Quarter
Yeah,
pounder with
that
cheese.
you can't
sounds
beat the
Gosh.
quarter pounder. That's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
And I, of course, got the Big Mac, which I do really love the Big Mac. Originated in Pennsylvania, where they have a Big Mac museum, oddly enough, that I would love to get up there and visit one day. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I just can't imagine how that this place could be very large. I mean, how much can you say about a Big Mac?
I imagine
You know,
there's
it
quite a
seems-
bit. They got a lot.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a big sandwich. It really is. So they probably have some things to say about it. But
Maybe.
we're gonna eat here and then head over to the investigation, where hopefully we'll be able to run some footage. But no guarantees. We'll find out what happens. So here we are at the location in Marion, and we got David doing the baseline sweeps here. This is the master bedroom. She's reported hearing a man's voice out there in the hallway, knocks on the walls, and several other things that we learned during the course of the interview. So we got David going around with the tri-field meter, and Linda is sweeping for carbon monoxide.
Oh, I didn't go in here yet.
Yeah, that's a good one to check, because she mentioned hearing the knocks
Yeah.
when she's in the tub.
I know you're here. You're not hiding. I can feel you here. So why don't you just come out and communicate with us? Do you follow Tori everywhere? If you do, light that up. Are you protecting Tori? Go near the red light if you're trying to protect her.
So we're back here in the bedroom. We've been doing a couple of things here. We did an EVP session, and I'd like to note that we have noticed at a prior investigation, we realized through monitoring the humidity that seemed to correlate with the REM pod when there's a 10% change in humidity. So we've been monitoring that. We did get a spike though. We did get a hit in the bathroom. We determined it wasn't related to the humidity. So pretty interesting.
Yes.
We're going to go into a spirit box session. Now, Linda, what about your feelings in this place? Like your initial feelings when you walked through here?
When I first entered the trailer, I didn't feel anything worse than a normal place. It felt actually pretty comfortable. There was a lot of people out in the living room. They were hanging out. But when you come back into the bedrooms and down this hallway, it felt okay until I walked into one of the second bedrooms that's over here. It was like this, a little girl's bedroom, and as soon as I walked in, I didn't feel anything, but it was as I got closer to the back wall that I started to feel sort of like, that heaviness. I get that sort of, instant dizziness and kind of a feeling in my chest like something's pressing down. And so I felt it back there, and then I came back into the bathroom and felt it all in the bathroom. So that certainly goes along with what we had experienced with the REM pod. However, this area here in the master bedroom is also a place of a lot of activity, but it doesn't feel funny in here to me at all. It feels actually fairly comfortable. She's got, string lights, and it's nice and cool in here. So yeah, nothing in here so far.
Seems relatively quiet.
It does.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything. The only thing that she said was that male's voice, and she said she couldn't make it out. I couldn't make it out either. I heard it say something, but it's kind of too gruff, like whoa, something like that. You know? Couldn't understand it. Dude, you can't get this stuff, man, down where I'm at. This is like
That's like gold
oil
right there.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is liquid gold, man. Like where I'm at, dude, you cannot get this.
And they have a whole table of
They
hand
do.
sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Isn't that
you're
crazy?
You're gonna pay a premium. This is $10.
Yeah. How could you pass that up, huh? That's a
Dude,
big, that's your size though.
It is.
That's
You know
my
what I'm saying?
size.
As David said, it's David's
Yeah,
size.
this really is. I mean, like I feel really comfortable.
That thing will
putting
last
in
you
my
till
pocket.
like Monday, maybe.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like probably Sunday, like
Tomorrow
maybe
afternoon.
tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
It'll probably be
Tomorrow
gone by then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be bathing in it.
Yeah.
I think I want some coffee though.
Ooh, some Pilot House coffee? That sounds
And I'm
good.
pretty sure you can still serve
I was
yourself
sure
over
she
there.
wants it.
So
Cause I'll get it. My mom's like, yeah, get it.
So, Pilot has changed, I'm pretty sure, to foam cups. They didn't used to have foam cups. They used to be paper, if I remember right. So, I gotta say I like this because I think the foam is a better insulator than the paper. Would you concur, Linda?
absolutely, it absolutely is. And this is one of the best coffees you can get on the interstate. And it is probably the best coffee you can get, particularly the Pilot House blend. But nothing is worse than having a cup of coffee that goes cold on you too quick before you have a chance to drink it. So not only do we have the best coffee on the interstate, we now have it in a foam cup. It's going to keep it hot for quite a while.
And look at this. This is something that you don't see back our way. Look. I'm getting the coffee myself. I'm getting it myself. I didn't have to go to a touch screen. And to me, this makes sense. Because we're talking about it. You think about Wawa, for example. Now, I don't know the exact statistics. But all the people going in there, maybe 10, 15% of them are getting coffee. But you always see people getting food. Maybe more like 50% are getting food. You know what I mean? But now the coffee getters have to go up and touch the touch screen that everyone else is touching because the coffee is now behind the counter. Places like Pilot, you can still come and get it yourself, and you can see the steam coming off this. I venture to say it's piping hot. So we traveled back down the dark, creepy road. You want to come up here to the light?
Sure.
To our campsite. Wrapped up the investigation. It wasn't as long as some of the investigations have been in the past.
Right.
Smaller area to cover.
Yeah.
And we really weren't getting a whole lot of activity at first glance. We still got to review the audio and such, and that will be available on an episode of Virginia Paranormal Case Files. But we did leave the lady with some good information, and
Yes.
we'll keep working with them as we do with all our clients.
Yep.
But we stopped by Pilot,
Yeah.
saw a bunch of hand sanitizer there, like more than
Yeah.
we've seen since
Yeah.
March 13th.
They even have face masks.
Did they really?
Yeah, they had masks for sale
I
there.
need some of those.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that, or else
They
we
were
would have gotten some.
expensive.
Were they?
Yeah, they were charging $50.
$50.
Yeah, but that was for a lot of them. There's like 50.
Yeah,
for,
they're-
Oh man.
That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
It was expensive. I think
That's
they were
steep.
like $5 for like
Wow.
4.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they were and these were disposable ones.
Disposable, because
Yeah.
they're talking about making that stuff mandatory.
Yeah,
aren't
I
they?
know.
I think.
Yeah.
I think that's kind
That's
of
the
what
rumor.
we're led to believe.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
But you can see behind us here, we got a nice little fire going.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. This is an outdoorsman's secret that I'm going to pass along to some. I've shown you some of my methods in the past for starting fires
Right.
at Hidden Valley and various locations that we've been to. This fire right here, there's something that's called a Duraflame log.
Yes.
And this is a log that's wrapped in a paper bag. You put it in there, light both ends of the bag, and boom, you got a fire that's going to last
Like
up
an
to
hour and a
an
half.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
It
We're going to
is.
roast some little smokies and some marshmallows and
Yeah.
perhaps get into some campfire tales from beyond the grave. I don't know. But we do have some kindling, and I'm going to collect a little more firewood.
Yes.
Because my goal is to let it burn as much as it will and then start piling it up and start the fire with the wood.
Right.
Because I'm concerned, in the past I've started it with Duraflame logs and put the wood on, and the Duraflame log just burns really
Burns,
quick
yeah.
and burns out. So I want to get the most out of that Duraflame log.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what we're doing right now. But beautiful night, stars above, not a
Yeah.
cloud in the sky. Calling for rain tomorrow.
Right.
But I'd rather be here in the rain than at work, so
Yes.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. We're looking forward to some adventures tomorrow.
Yeah.
Going to check out a local grocery store.
Yep.
That's always exciting. Check out a trail or two back here in the park.
Yeah.
And cook some awesome food.
Yes.
So we got a bunch of stuff in this weekend.
We do. Yeah.
Paranormal investigations.
I know.
You know, food on the road.
Camping.
Camping.
Yep.
Exploration. You name it.
Yeah.
It's right here. All right. So roasting some marshmallows on the Duraflame log. We had some little smokies, but there was some concern. Dave, if you would like to kind of elaborate on that concern there.
Yeah, so my mom told me, she was like, yeah, if Jeff and Linda's got a cooler, or I can give you this little cooler to get some ice. And I was like, no, it's fine. We won't need ice. Well, apparently, you know, I thought you could just eat them, you know? Like, I thought, like, keep refrigerated was kind of like a suggestion for these because they
Right.
have so much preservatives. You know what I mean? But apparently not. You're supposed to keep these things refrigerated. And, because, you know, like, I thought, you know, it's like lunch meat. You know what I mean? But it's, oh, wait, no, lunch
sure
meat,
you're
though.
supposed to keep that refrigerated too.
Yeah, but that might be why I got sick several times. Because I just eat anything. Yeah, but apparently, yeah, you're supposed to keep that stuff refrigerated.
Yeah.
And if it was a few hours, you know, like
That's
less
one
than a
thing.
day, I would eat it.
Yeah.
If it was like during this day, I would eat it. Hands down. but it was like what, since Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
I
been
was
well over
like,
24 hours.
Yeah, and this is not spam that
No.
we're talking about.
No.
No.
Little
Not
smoky.
potted
It's like
meat.
hot dogs.
2
Yeah.
hours at room temperature, and then even if they're unopened.
If I was at home though, I would try it. I would do it hands down.
Ooh.
I would risk it. And I would do it for science.
Yeah.
Because then if I knew it,
Science.
I would do it 3 times to see if I got sick. Like how many times I got sick. So then I could do it out in the woods and be like, okay, well, based on my scientific method of trial and error of doing this 50 times
Yeah.
and getting sick like 10 out of 50 times, I know like this is the % chance that you're gonna get.
Right.
Estimate, rough estimate, you
I don't know
know.
why anybody want to do that though.
Build up their immune system.
Just in case this ever happens again. But yeah, this is probably not the place you want to get botulism.
No.
That would suck.
You know,
Or
because
anything
for one, you got to use the woods for quite some time, and then that's going to be a long ride home. And you know, I'm pretty sure that pilot bathroom that we stopped in today, that
Hey man,
Let
don't get me
him-
started on that. Don't get me started on that.
He
Pilot,
said it wasn't the nicest one.
no. That bathroom, unacceptable. I hated that thing, man. I went in there. Now, see, I'm a clean freak. Like, I got the hand sanitizer on deck at all times, even before, you know, Big Rona started.
yeah, you carry that stuff like concealed.
Oh yeah,
Strapped
it's like
your
concealed
ankle?
carry. Oh yeah. Nah, but man, like, you know, I was walking in there and there's like toilet paper on the ground before you even get in there. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh man, it's like an omen. You know what I mean? Back in the old days when people saw certain things, it's like
Yeah.
omen. That's my modern day omen to know that that
jeez.
bathroom is about to be nasty, just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, toilet paper change.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was just
jeez.
gross.
name it.
It wasn't like it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like good.
I'm
you
pretty
know?
sure I saw a candy bar wrapper on the ground too. Like, who's in there eating candy bars?
Oh God. Somebody
That-
catching the Rona.
I would never do that. That's nasty. Why would you do that?
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ugh. I don't even do that. Ugh.
Sitting there pooping and eating a baby Ruth.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
There
sick
are really
individual.
there are some actual like Neanderthals out
Yeah.
there. Like people have just not like evolved.
There's a lot of
I
sick
know.
people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
Not that
yeah.
there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's pretty
There's
nasty.
something wrong with that.
There's a lot of bacteria in there. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So like you're risking yourself getting sick.
Right.
You know?
You get that fecal matter on the baby Ruth, and then
It's over. It's
Ugh.
over. I mean, there's a lot of like infections and diseases spread by fecal matter. I'm pretty sure like Hep A actually is. I
Could
think.
be.
And I think it's fecal oral transmission. I think. But there's a vaccine for that.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, that would suck.
But is it gross that you're eating the candy bar on the toilet, or is it gross that you're eating a baby Ruth? Like, does anybody do people still? I mean, I have nothing against baby Ruths, but I
Yeah.
haven't heard anybody mention that candy bar
In like years.
in a while.
you
It's
know?
been a while.
I've seen them actually, but every time I see them in the store, that's actually an interesting point because, when you're buying candy and stuff, normally there's pieces and like bars taken out off of the stack. Every time I've seen Baby Ruths or whatever, completely full.
It's full.
Yeah.
It's like completely full. Like who's eating these? You know?
That and the Three Musketeers. That's another one that I don't think a lot
Those
of
are
people
good
go for.
though.
The Three Musketeers are good.
Those are good, especially the mint ones.
I like the
I love
midnight
mint
ones.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
I like those.
The
Yeah,
dark chocolate.
Those are good.
Yeah, those are right on. Those are some good stuff.
Really good. And I will say this. The thing I really like about this log right here, it's this Duraflame log, right? So like I feel like when I'm roasting my marshmallow, I can really get like the chemicals from the log in
I
with
noticed
the
that.
marshmallow.
And it's a nice even roast on the marshmallow. Like it was, I was thinking like my marshmallow's not looking burnt like it usually is. But it's starting to fall off the sticks. I'm like, what's going on here? And I ate it, and sure enough, it was perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
It's good.
You know, it's something about the chemicals in that Duraflame log. You know?
Yep.
Take
You're
those
eating them.
chemicals in the Duraflame log, and let's get some of those little smokies that have been out of
Oh,
open,
jeez.
not
Sanitize
refrigerated for
them.
24 hours. Yeah,
Actually, wait, hold on. I have hand sanitizer. We can put the hand sanitizer on the little smokies and eat them.
yeah,
Oh,
it kind of
jeez.
eliminates each other.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like counteracts, and then we can put it in the fire, and the fire will burn off the hand sanitizer and be safe to eat.
You go right ahead.
What I don't get, though, is if bacteria, they say you can't eat them because bacteria grows on them.
Yeah.
Doesn't cooking them burn off the bacteria?
That's actually what I was talking about. Like,
No.
I didn't understand that, but it's probably in the meat itself.
And
you have to
in the
cook
meat.
It's decomposing.
Yeah.
That meat is
Yeah,
decomposing.
you would have to basically burn the hell out of your
Yeah.
little smoky
You'd
to
have
get
to
all the
literally
bacteria out.
Make it like black.
Right.
Like you'd have to char it.
I'm sure
And then
these
you
are
can't
just
eat
all
that.
guidelines, like people being overcautious and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
still wouldn't risk it.
No, not out in the woods.
No.
I mean, if that was all we had till like
Oh, spider. Oh,
Monday-
Man, there's a spider. There's a spider.
Oh, man.
Oh! Oh!
Look at it.
Look at that thing.
It's a daddy.
I don't
long
wanna-
legs.
I don't
It's
wanna,
like
like-
a little daddy long.
I don't want to
legs.
move it for fear that some viewer is gonna get really offended that I knocked a spider somewhere.
Yeah, you don't want to knock him into the fire, but
No,
you
I don't
just
wanna
kind
knock, I
of pick
just
him
want
up by
him
the
to go
back
away.
leg and just. Oh nope, he
Okay, sure.
didn't go in there. He's. I don't think. But
As long as he
we'll
doesn't-
edit that part out.
Yeah.
Just
As long as he doesn't come
just
on
so
me.
we don't have PETA after us.
PETA.
That would actually be
Granddaddy
funny
Longlegs.
if Peter came after us. Granddaddy Longlegs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't yet. Out looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And we use the word hunting Bigfoot. Of course, we're not really hunting Bigfoot. We're, hunting like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Like you go on a scavenger hunt, you look for something. You're not out there shooting it. You know what
Right.
I mean? You're looking for it. So that's what we
Right.
talk about when we're hunting for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The guns are for protection against people and
Yeah. Technically,
know.
we're just sitting around and hoping that Bigfoot will hunt for us.
right.
So-
Tomorrow, we actually got to get up and look up and see if there's been any sightings in this area
We
because
do.
this looks like Bigfoot country up around here.
Yeah, we're actually sleeping out here because this was kind of a last minute thought. That we needed somewhere to sleep. The
'Cause
WMA
Hidden Valley was closed.
Hidden
Yeah.
Valley was closed. But we didn't have really a chance to look up and see if there were any Bigfoot sightings in this area. However, I believe that I have heard of at least one or two in this area. Because I think I've heard of ones being around the big survey, Wildlife Management
Yeah,
Association.
which is right down the street
Right
there.
down the street. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there was some around here.
Something for us to look into.
Yes.
For sure. So we were looking for the perfect tree, because it comes that time when you got to put back against the tree. And when you're doing this, there's a certain thing you got to do. You got to walk around the tree first. Make sure there's no critters on either side of it that's going to slither around and slither down your
I
back.
didn't do that.
Yeah, you got to do that. And I spend as much time looking up as I do looking down,
Might have been a
especially where I
snake.
was. Yeah, with all the,
Yeah.
the lower hanging pine trees and the old dead branches and stuff, and make sure I see if there's any snakes hanging above me before I do that. But also, I try to look at the view of the road during the daylight.
Yeah, because the road's right there.
It is. The tree's got to be big enough. Can't be too small or it's kind of uncomfortable in the center of your back there. But, I found this tree that I thought was the perfect tree. And there's these park rangers that are down here cutting down stuff. Cutting
Yeah.
down trees, chainsaws going, everything else. As soon as I get taking care of business, the chainsaws stop. They load up in their trucks. And I start hearing them driving down the road. And they stop adjacent to the tree that I'm using. And I'm thinking like, all right, there's a certain angle where you might be able to, like, if I can see a part of their truck, they can maybe see me, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm trying to move around, get out of view. I move around to the other side of the tree, they pull forward. I'm like, oh man, so I come back, move back around to the other side of the tree, they back up. And I'm like, what are these guys doing? So it was not a pleasant experience today using the tree. So how about yours, David? You got to go up there and find yourself a tree?
It was fine because, I kind of anticipated, those guys because I heard them. They were really close. But see, I think you had already went down there and I was sitting there or I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Like, if I go too close, to the road, like, I don't know what they're doing. I thought they were going up into the woods,
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh no, that's not happening. So I went like all the way back over there, all the way up and at an angle like down there. And then there's brushes like all around, so it was like impossible. You know what I mean? You just gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Because what happens if they come up in there?
Yeah, a good bit of brush around is good because kind
And
of
you just saw the
camouflages you.
importance of that.
Yeah, I did. I did. So we wandered down here to the picnic area by the river. We're going to go down there and take a look at the muddy river, or the creek known as
Cripple Creek.
Cripple Creek. Going down Cripple Creek. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, I'd love to go out here. Not a lot of people out here.
I know.
Yeah, this is a nice area.
Now, why was this closed for, so many weeks?
Because of COVID. You come out here, you get viruses and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you mean to tell me, okay, that I can't stay 6 foot away from people out here? That's ridiculous.
The tables
let
are
me
like,
tell you something, man.
yeah.
And I'm like a health freak, man. Like I'm a germaphobe, man. Like I don't like viruses or anything. I was taking this like 110% serious, like somebody even sounds a little off, I'm out of there.
Right.
But come on, really? All these things are closed? You know what I mean? I understand like concerts, festivals, okay, I get that. But this was closed for like, what, a month or something like that?
2 months.
Why was this closed for a month or two?
It doesn't make
You know
any
what I
sense.
mean?
This is where you can go to social distance.
I mean, exactly. You would think they'd want people out here, you know what I mean?
This is something.
Ah, yes. Rattlesnakes.
What?
Hidden in here.
I hope not. I don't mess around with them.
No, I don't think rattlesnakes would be through here. Probably like, what, copperheads? Something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah,
'cause
water
it's near
moccasins.
water.
Yeah, copperheads and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
what
can
I
find
think.
rattlesnakes around here. That is a hell of a cliff there, though, isn't it?
That is. That's
That is
quite a
really,
ledge.
Really
And
cool.
yeah, that is neat. The little waterfall coming down the other side there.
Yeah.
Beautiful area.
Just get Jeremy Wade out here. I think that's his name, right? The River Monsters guy.
Oh yeah,
Is
the
that
guy
his
that
name?
goes reaching his arm in the banks
Yeah.
and like lets snakes latch onto his fist and
Is
stuff
that
like
the
that.
guy's name, Jeremy Wade?
I'm not 100%
It's something
sure.
like that.
Yeah, look at the nice purple flowers.
Oh, no, they're beautiful. It really is gorgeous out here right now.
All the little white flowers. I mean, this is nice. Got we used to call them buttercups. I don't know if that's the official name.
Oh yeah, those little
The little yellow ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind spending time out here.
Yeah.
I know.
This is
Waiting for all the COVID to end. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
the perfect river. The perfect river
Yeah.
to like take a tube down.
Right?
You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's such a lazy creek.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
what
what I
they
mean?
were doing. There's not the people here, but I think like camp near us, they had those tubes. Remember?
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
I'd like to get over the other side.
Yeah, up into that cave right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder what like body of water this is. Is it a creek or is it?
It is.
actually,
It's Cripple
like-
Creek.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I think it's probably no, it might not be in this area, but there's like low class rapids in Virginia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
this actually. If you get to a different part of it, it probably
bet it
becomes
is.
low class
I bet
rapids.
it's like
Yeah.
class 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah, because there were a couple of places where we were driving along and we could continue to see the little creek here. And it looked like it was much more rocky and kind of shallow in different areas.
Yeah.
So, and the water flowed over those rocks pretty quickly.
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
saw
like
that,
this,
yeah.
like nice and lazy.
How does the rapids class
saw that.
work?
Did you see that?
What was that?
I don't know. It could have been a snake.
Looked like a little snake popping up for some air and
Yeah.
then go back under.
Yeah, it was something black and long like that that popped his head up.
Yeah.
It could have been a turtle though, couldn't it?
No, it was too long.
No,
to
it's
be
too
a turtle.
long.
Yeah.
So this is a first here. We're stopping off at a place called Food Country USA, and it sounds like an all-American place
Oh yeah.
to get some supplies for tonight. More so food, not really supplies, food, food supplies.
Look at that.
So we can have something to cook by the campfire. Look at this place, huh? Bakery and deli, country cafe. Huh?
Why is my hand black? What
That's
is
a
it?
good question.
Like, what got on it?
Might have been that campfire food that we had for lunch. You know, roughing it out here every once in a while. You got to go through a Burger King drive-thru. So what do we find
Belgian
there?
waffles. Little individually wrapped Belgian waffles. That's
Man.
something you don't see every day.
That is. It looks Dutch, perhaps.
It does. I like coming into grocery stores in different areas because you always find things in here that you would not find at your grocery store at home.
That's
so it's
right.
kind of cool to see stuff like that.
Some unique things.
Yeah, look at this. I've never seen these things before. I thought it was like a, what is that? Rain energy drinks, I think. Because, you know, I saw like the, is that an A, I guess? Yeah, because it's written with A. So I thought it was like, you know, just part of like the rain design or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like an entirely new energy drink or something. I mean, it's new to me. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
It's kind of like, it's got 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. That's a lot. That's a decent amount. Bangs have like 350 or something. So, I mean, it says it's natural caffeine. It's got electrolytes in it. It's got amino acids. So, I mean, and zero sugar, so.
Yeah, it might be worth giving a try, huh? Hey, David, what are you doing?
You already know. Got that ice.
We're back here at Ravencliff, and we're going to take the Ravencliff Furnace Trail.
Yeah.
This is about a 0.4 mile trail. It's not incredibly long, one way, and it goes out to these old furnaces from 1810, I believe is what we learned. I'm eager to get down there, see what these look like, of course, and see if there's any historical information, maybe some signs down there that talk about them. But most importantly, I think we're going to enjoy the walk there because it goes along Cripple Creek here.
Yeah.
You can hear the creek babbling in the background, or
Yeah, it's
maybe
nice.
more of a
Rushing.
rush
Yeah.
than a babble. It's not really a babbling brook, but let's venture down here into the woods, see what these furnaces look like.
Okay.
What if they're haunted?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got a little foot trail because the stream actually flows across the trail down into the creek down below. And I can see some minor rapids over there. I'd kind of like to get a better look at them. Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, only on one shoe. I got other shoes though, so it's cool.
So there is a little bit of a footbridge that goes across the water, and there's currently people on it freaking out because there's a snake over there. So we're going to go check it out, see if it's actually up on the footbridge, in which case I think, you know, Jeff is probably not going to cross it.
Right. I'll either walk through the river or I'll just sit this one out. One of the two. We'll see what happens
Walk
here.
through the river.
Did you see my strategy there?
No.
I had a strategy there. It's a very subliminal strategy. Whenever I can't social distance from somebody, I turn the other way.
That's a good strategy. That works.
Yeah, it does.
Because you didn't think to bring your mask out here in the woods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That perhaps we would be seeing somebody.
Yeah.
But my question is, how's it snaking on the bridge? I'd really prefer not to find out exactly. Yep, and let me get out from under this tree before that thing poops on me.
I'm pretty sure he could have very easily come from the tree.
And here we are, Cripple Creek. Look at that thing. I'd love to take a kayak down this creek, I think. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm not sure about that being great, but this is a neat trail here, that's for sure.
So this is my kind of trail. It's not steep. You don't have to climb anything or, you know, like go 45 degrees downhill. It's actually a pretty comfortable trail to walk. You know, not exactly accessible for, handicaps. You know, there is water that flows across the stream in a number of places, and we've had to kind of be careful and step through mud in some places. So make sure you bring your boots. Wear some boots out here, or, you know, at least some protective covering, and especially because you never know when you might encounter a snake as well. Better to have boots on if they try to bite you in the ankle.
Right, and my boots were still wet, so I have on these shoes with alien socks. And this is nice. Look at all the little wildflowers growing along the side of the trail here. And here we are, coming up on the furnaces. Quite a structure. You can see towering up there with the trees. Just out here in the middle of the forest like this. What a place.
Yeah, the pyramid shape kind of yeah, it does look Aztec.
They can get like real close, you know?
Yeah. So this is actually quite a piece of workmanship here.
It is.
You know, I'm looking at it and thinking, like, this must have taken a hell of a long time to build. I mean, each one of those blocks is massive, and it would have taken multiple people to pick one up. And then the fact that you've got this kind of, I don't even know what to call it, the shape that forms the hole in the center, and you can see this really strong singular beam that goes across the top of that little doorway. And that's probably what holds the whole thing together. I hope that's a bone, or a piece of stick or something instead of a bone.
Yeah, a piece of stick would be better than a bone. Yeah, this is quite a piece of workmanship here.
It is.
And imagine doing this, like I said, 1810.
Yeah, I think that's what they said, 1810. That's really long time ago.
Yeah, another opening here in the side.
Too bad they don't have a sign down here.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they had some kind of a historical marker or something.
I know, it's a
Why it
shame.
was here.
Yeah. It's a shame they don't have a sign out here.
Or maybe they don't know. You know?
Man-made.
If you look over here, you can see somewhat of a wall that was built. See the rocks going up? You said it looks like it's man-made, right?
It does.
Yeah, definitely. I would say definitely. And when you get over, it's kind of broken away up there. But when you get over here behind the tree, you can see more of clearly what looks like a wall that was built.
Yeah, and because those two walls kind of form a 90-degree angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not something you find every day in nature.
No.
That's amazing. These rocks, like I said, laid here,
It
1800s, still standing here. And think about this thing in operation,
Yeah.
this furnace.
Oh man, something blew up over here.
Got some Bigfoot droppings?
Yeah,
Yeah, we wandered down just to the end of the trail, and it stops around here. There's an old fence, comes down to the water, and it's a really nice area. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, it's really pretty out here. It's kind of one of those things, you know, you'd never know it was back here.
Look at that dirt. Isn't that pretty? It's reddish. That's what forms the red clay banks when it gets wet. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just nothing like what we have at home. A little bit sandy.
Right.
But yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and you can see it.
Oh,
you can see the clay down there on
tickle.
the banks. And I guess that's what's making the water so muddy looking.
I'm dumping hand sanitizer on that still. Screw that.
So I gotta say, it's quite a sight to walk down this path, just miles of woods all around,
Right.
and you come upon a structure like this.
Mm-hmm.
We walked around a little bit, went up behind it, saw the makings of a wall that was up there. You know, it goes up quite a ways. There's still ashes in the middle of it. You know, a big
Yeah.
pile of ashes that you can't really go in there. I'd love to go in there and look up.
Yeah.
But it's quite a thing to think of the men that brought this here, how long it's been here, and to come upon this walking through the woods. It's like finding like the Temple of Doom or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like an Indiana Jones movie. You're coming through the jungle and you just see this
Yeah.
towering structure.
That's right. I think it's actually pretty impressive that people were able to build things like this. I'm constantly impressed by how innovative and how skilled the people were that first came to this country. I mean, even as far back as 1810, you know, they were already, of course, creating things and building things, but this is quite a feat.
Right.
You know, I mean, that is a massive feat of engineering right there, to perfectly place and cut each one of those gigantic blocks.
Right.
To fit
Yeah.
just in the right spot. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, and you think about what this must have looked like if you came down here when it was in operation.
Yes.
You know, flaring up,
Yeah.
hot. Must have been, you feel the heat from here.
Right. Smoke
You know,
pouring out of it.
Yep, the smells that must have been associated with it.
Yeah.
What a place, you know?
Yeah, we're going to have to look up a little history on it and find out why it's here.
Yeah.
Like, why specifically in this location is what I'm wondering.
Right. Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
But let's hit the trail back towards where we parked the car.
Yep.
So at the suggestion of Linda, she had a pretty good idea. We're wandering around here in what could very well be Bigfoot country. Why not do a Bigfoot call? See if we can lure him out. Maybe he'll be waiting before the bridge to greet us. I don't know. Let's try it. First I'm gonna do is called the whoop. Whoop! Whoop! We're in this valley, mountains on every side, mountains there, cliff face down there, mountains up there. I just picture him up there in the mountains, coming to the edge, looking down into the valley, and then wailing his head back and going,
Right about now, the old man down by the river is packing up his stuff and going home.
Yeah, he is. We'll try again tonight. And also we need to look up to see if there have been any sightings in this area.
We do.
Because I believe we came across right down the road is Big Survey Wildlife Management Area.
Right.
And I believe that was one of the places we were considering of doing an expedition.
Yep.
Because of the Bigfoot sightings, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It could have just been because it looked like a cool location, and you know, why not go check it out? But we'll look it up, see if we can find anything that's been sighted in this area. Maybe do some more calls from the campfire tonight, just before we talk about campfire tales from beyond the grave.
Well, I did it because Jeff was right behind me.
All right, let's cross that bridge.
I bet he came from over there.
Oh yeah, he came from those briars probably. Talking about the snake that those people saw the last time we were down here. One last look at Cripple Creek as we're crossing the bridge. So we came over by the picnic area where the pavilion is behind me, and there's this little display here that has the rules, the regulations, it has the map. But what's cool is it has a little bit of history here that we found that talks about the iron furnace. And actually the name Ravencliff, the recreation area that we're at, Ravencliff comes from the old Ravencliff iron furnace.
Right.
So that was the name of the iron furnace, was called Ravencliff. Said it was last used in the early 1900s. Doesn't say exactly how old it was, but it says that the iron ore was mined and mixed with limestone and charcoal, and then the whole concoction was dumped into the roaring furnace from above. The mixture was turned into liquid iron, which was drained off into a sand pit. These pigs of iron were then shipped off to Richmond or other places to be alloyed and made into cast iron, steel, etc. So that's something. That's
Yeah.
something. And it makes you wonder why they picked this location.
I don't know, but it certainly explains that wall that we saw that went around behind it.
Yeah.
That's probably actually supported the platform where they would walk out to actually dump the stuff down inside the center. So
That's exactly right.
that kind of makes sense. But yeah, they made pig iron.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Really cool.
it is cool.
Maybe, I imagine, probably a logical answer. The reason that they built it here was probably because of the limestone.
Yeah. I mean, they said that, they would mix all of these things, and it makes sense that whatever they mixed in to make that, it was easily available here. So,
There you have it.
yeah.
So we're out here looking for firewood so we can start our fire, gathering a lot of twigs and such so we can start it small and build it up. But one thing that's cool that I want to point out about Ravencliff is the guys that were coming along cutting the trees this morning. Every once in a while they'll come along, and it seems they'll cut down some trees that are growing close to the road and such, and they'll cut them into almost fireplace size logs. I'll flip this around here so you can see. Like just big enough. Now it would be perfect if we had a log splitter because it'd take a long time to burn some of these, but they cut them down and they leave them laying there so that people can use them for campfires, which is pretty cool. So when you come up here, there's definitely no shortage of firewood when you're looking to start a campfire. You definitely don't need to buy it. You don't need a Duraflame log either, probably. We have quite a fire going out here tonight, and the rain's starting to come down. Imagine it's only a matter of time before we're roasting some smoked brats over that fire.
And
Yeah.
some s'mores, man.
Some s'mores,
Oh, yeah.
corn on the cob,
Oh, yeah.
potato salad, you name it. We got a bunch of wood collected. We have a tarp up over us here, so we can kind of stay dry. As you can hear, it's starting to rain, as always seems to be my luck when we go camping.
Yeah, never fails. But it's not even supposed to be raining right now. It's the funny thing about it. Like, you look at the weather forecast and it says only a 30% chance of rain at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., right around that time period. The rest of the time, it's only like a 15% chance, which is nothing. So right now, it should not be raining. And I wish somebody would tell God this so, that we can get on with our evening rain-free.
But either way, we're going to get on with our evening. And I will say, another thing that's interesting, that Linda mentions the weather forecast. This afternoon, there was a, 80% chance of rain,
Yes.
and we didn't get a drop.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
And now it's raining now, and it's 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone's calculations are off.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. But needless to say, nice fire we got going here
Yeah,
tonight.
sure is.
Yeah, these are Johnsonville smoked brats.
Yeah, these are really good.
And I gotta say, these are a favorite. We also have some corn up there on the grill. They have a grill, which is cool on this one, that, most campsites have them that are established campsites, I guess. but you flip the grill over and you can use that. But we got a little bit of fire under the grill, and we just got the corn there next to the fire, wrapped in tin foil. You can see the flame coming up between them. And I'll tell you what, I'm eager to eat some campfire roasted corn and these Johnsonville brats.
Thank you.
So we have our cooked brats here, and I'm gonna taste test it. We don't have anything else but the brat and the bun. We like them kind of plain and simple, you know.
Yes. Keep that campfire flavor in there, the smoked flavor. Nothing like food being cooked over a wood-burning fire.
And Johnsonville knows how to do it. They know how to make some brats. Those things are amazing. Very, very good.
I'm gonna do the unveiling of the campfire corn right here. So you can see it wrapped in the tin foil. Oh man, look at that. That's pretty good. Look at that big bug right there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and you can see, I like when some of the kernels are blackened like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is good stuff right here.
Ooh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a rotisserie bite. Almost too hot to do the rotisserie bite. Very good. Anything cooked over the campfire, like it retains so much flavor. It's just amazing. Love it.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's gonna be a little black on, or not black, like a little brown where the kernels are and stuff. Ooh, it's hot though, man.
Yeah.
It's extremely hot.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, you can just
Man.
smell it too. It smells good.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
You can see the steam coming off it.
Oh yeah, look at that guy. You know, I think it's gonna be good. I can think it's gonna be pretty good. Oh, a bunch of hair.
Got some corn here up in there, huh?
It's some good stuff. Like it's really sweet.
Yeah.
It's really like juicy.
It is. I believe it's
Extremely
local.
good.
I believe it's local.
That's really good.
From food country there. I mean, I think they get it from the local farmers and stuff.
Oh, I got that thing in there. I got that thing in there. You gotta go, man.
David, what's going on right now?
Dude, these bugs, man. I probably got like all this corn and like in my beard and stuff. Yeah, this like thing dive bombed me, man, like out of nowhere. No, and they've been dive bombing me like all night, man. Like I keep having like these little bugs on me, and I don't know if it's because like I stink or something or what's going on, but I don't know, man. But I'm getting real sick and tired of this crap.
So as we promised, it's time for Campfire Tales from Beyond the Grave. I'd like to take everybody to a place in Yorktown, Virginia called Grace Episcopal Church. Now, this is one of the places that I wrote about in The Ghost of Yorktown. But there's an experience down there that I don't often talk about. And it was late one night when we wandered into the graveyard at Grace Episcopal Church. And you could see, of course, the light from the church kind of shining through the graveyard. And we're looking at some of the headstones. And we see this figure pass in front of us. So we shine the light up real quick and just catch a glimpse of this figure disappearing into the shadows. Well, we're not immediately thinking that this is something paranormal. It was startling. But our first thought was perhaps this was an animal, a cat that had hopped across one of the headstones. Something that there's a natural explanation for because we didn't get a good look at it. Well, as time went on, probably several months later, I got a call from a friend of mine, and he said, "Hey, I was down there in the graveyard at Grace Episcopal Church, and I saw something strange." He said, "I saw this figure in the graveyard. It moved in front of the headstone while I was looking at it." And I asked him, I was trying to rule out, could this have been a small animal or, something like that? He said, well, the thing is, when I was looking at this gravestone, I was shining my flashlight at it, and whatever it was moved in front of the headstone, like it blacked out the headstone. So if it was an animal or if there was some kind of a natural explanation for it, my flashlight would have illuminated it. Well, I asked him where in the graveyard he was, and sure enough, it was in the same area that we had been in that night where we saw that figure cross. So there is some figure that lingers down there in the Grace Episcopal Church graveyard. Now, there's been a number of other sightings down there amongst the gravestones. A lot of apparitions, a lot of what people believe are residual hauntings. But we're not sure what this figure is, why he's there. But something's in that graveyard. There's definitely something to those reports. Campfire tales from beyond the grave.
So there was something strange that happened at my grandma's house. I'd say probably 3 or 4 years ago, probably. It's happened actually, I think probably 2 or 3 times. It happens only at night, probably around like 1 a.m. or something, early morning hours. So I was laying there in bed, and I'm not the only one that, has heard this or, experienced this. My cousin also, she lives there as well, so she experiences too. I was up there and I woke up for whatever reason. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, and I heard this noise because my grandma's house is 2 floors, and I was on the bottom floor, in the bedroom, and I heard this noise, and I'm thinking that's what woke me up. But I was like, okay, whatever. I just woke up, just kind of, whatever, just try to go back to sleep. But as I was trying to go back to sleep, I heard like this stepping noise, on the wooden floor panels when, some weights put on it, and then it, like you're taking a step, it's creaking, like creaky floorboard. And I was like, no. And I was like, no, there's no way. Because nobody was awake at this time, Like, my mom, she passes out at, 10 o'clock, She's not up at 1 a.m. So I kind of just laid there for a few seconds. I was like, oh, no. What is that? It's probably the house settling, because it's old house. And then it happened again. And really, like, slowly, like, it almost acted like it was walking. Something was walking upstairs. I was like, no. And by this time, like, I'm no longer in a daze. Like, I'm woken up. Like, I'm fully awake now. And next thing I know, like, yeah, sure enough. And I'm so serious. It sounded like something coming down the stairs. Like, actually, when you put weight on the stairs, when you walk up the stairs, it sounded identical to this. And it was at 1 a.m. Why is anybody coming down the stairs at 1 a.m., And sure enough, yeah, it kept coming down. And it came right up to my bedroom door. I swear.
Really?
I swear. I came right up to the bedroom door, and I think I just went back to sleep then. I don't remember it. That was it. So I don't know.
It's like if you can get yourself to go back to sleep.
Yeah,
it's
like
gonna be all right
it's
in the
like
morning.
you can just go back to sleep. You're like, you know what? I don't want to deal with whatever's out there, and that's it. And there was that's actually not the first time. My cousin said that if you listen at night, you can hear that same thing. And some person has said that it's like an old guy, an old man that used to live there or something a long time ago. Because my cousin was out there in the yard, and you looked up in the window, and she said, yeah, she saw an old man up there in the window. I never saw that, but I did see. This was really strange too. It was at the top of the staircase. I woke up. This was a totally different time. I woke up probably about 12, or it was early morning hours. Get up, go to the bathroom, or get something to drink. I can't remember. I think I was going to the bathroom. I got up, and I was walking past the staircase. And you know how you see stuff out of your peripherals in the dark, but it's in the dark, so you can't see, as good as you would in the. Oh! There's a bug. And that is what is scarier than this story. The bugs, man. Yeah, the bugs. Whew. I gotta restart. No.
No,
This
just-
isn't going to be edited.
no,
This
just
isn't going to
keep-
be edited.
No, just keep
Oh,
going
man.
where you are.
Yeah, so I was walking by there, and, you know, you can't see certain things out of your peripheral, you know? So it was just kind of like, I thought I saw something, right? And I looked, and yeah, sure enough, like at the top of the staircase, it was something like dark. Like it was actually dark. But I couldn't tell what it was. It just looked darker. Like it almost looked like a patch of darkness that was darker than all the rest.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I did not stay around. I was like, nope, I didn't see that. I kept walking. And it's not it. That's not over yet. There's another weird thing that happened upstairs. I think it's somebody in my family has these old dolls, right? And I don't like dolls at all.
Dolls
I think
are creepy.
they're extremely
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
Every horror movie has something to do with some kind of weird, creepy doll, right? And sure enough, my cousin said something like she was up there and she was messing with one of the dolls, and it's a bug flying around. And sure enough, like she was messing with it, and apparently the thing, it closed its mouth on her hand, on her finger. Yeah, it closed her.
Oh.
it
Like an
closed-
electric doll?
No, this is like an old porcelain doll that are now in my house. Because they were like my great grandma's or even her mom's dolls.
jeez.
Like these things are very, very old, like early 1900s. They're porcelain.
Wow.
The old porcelain dolls. And they're extremely creepy. Like they can move their eyes and stuff or something like that. And yeah, it's apparently its mouth like clamped down, you know? And I
Jeez.
can't even stay in the same room with these dolls. Like I don't know
Yeah.
where they're at in my house.
Wow.
Like I can't have them, you know, anywhere near me. They're just weird, you know? Like I wouldn't even go in I think they were in the spare bedroom at our house. I wouldn't even go in that room when they're in there, you know, with the light on or anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going into there. Like that's giving me some serious Chucky vibes.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that. Serious Chucky or Annabelle vibes. Like I'm serious though, but yeah, some really weird stuff going on in my grandma's house.
There's actually been quite a few Bigfoot sightings in this area, particularly in the county that we're in, Wythe County. A lot of the online sites, they don't break down the exact area where the sighting was. And they range from, you know, everywhere from back in the 1990s all the way up to the latest one in 2019. Various sightings about like people being on their own land or in their own backyard, and they see a Bigfoot walking across their property. One boy said that he was driving through the area with his family, happened to look over into the woods and saw this Bigfoot walking past through the woods, and his younger brother looked and saw the same thing. Rural Retreat is a little town that's nearby here. That's one of the locations of the sightings, but there were a great many of them that were in the Jefferson National Forest, which makes sense. A large kind of secluded tract of land, quite a bit of acreage there, and not all of it is occupied on a regular basis. So would be a good place for them to hide. But the funny thing was that the descriptions of all of these were the same. And they were all this 8 to 9 foot reddish brown fur, you know, and typical kind of Bigfoot sighting from this area. So, but perhaps the creepiest story that I heard, or the most unsettling one, came from a hunter. Being that they're out in the woods all the time, they see these things, and a lot of times they don't report it. But this man happened to report it. He said he was up in a tree stand about 20 feet up in the tree. And he said this Bigfoot walked up and came underneath his tree stand. And all of a sudden it turned and looked up at him, noticed him sitting there. And he said he thought about shooting it with his bow because he was bow hunting at the time. And he realized that if he shot this thing, it would not be killed by it. And it could probably have a chance to climb up the tree and drag him out of the tree stand and perhaps even kill him. So he just stayed very quiet and very still, and eventually this thing turned and walked away. So he immediately called to his friend to come over and help him, and they got down out of the tree stand, disassembled the tree stand, and he said he never hunted in that section of the woods again.
Interesting that you were talking about this, all these Bigfoot sightings that have been in this area. We heard some sounds out there.
We did. We
I'm
heard
not
some pretty
saying it was
strange
Bigfoot.
sounds, yeah.
But I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah, it may not have been Bigfoot, but there certainly have been some strange sounds out here tonight as we've been sitting here by the fire. There was some, you know, odd sort of hollers and whoops and strange noises that we've heard, coming basically from the same direction, all of them. And, you know, we thought, you know, like it could be some kind of wildlife that we don't really know what kind of sound it makes, but it really didn't sound like anything that I've heard like a coyote. Didn't sound like a fox, although I know foxes can make a variety of different noises. So I'm not exactly sure what that was.
Yeah, or perhaps somebody messing with us.
It could be.
Yeah, because people have seen the logo on the car.
They have.
You know, a lot of people have talked to us today about being paranormal investigators.
Right, that's exactly
on
right.
our travels.
Yeah.
So perhaps somebody realized, like, oh, they're camping up there.
Yeah, let me go
You know
make
what I
some
mean?
noise.
Let's go make some Bigfoot noises out in the woods.
Yeah, that could be.
It's a possibility.
Could be.
So, we're taking a look at this good-sized spider climbing up the side of the tent here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, the markings on him and such, huh?
I guess.
Look at him. Look at him. He
He's
was
going
about to go
after
after that
bugs.
mosquito.
Yeah. That's what he's going after, is these bugs flying around here.
Yeah, I want to see him get one.
I'm scared that he's going to, like, make his way into the tent, though, and that's not too cool. Is he missing a leg? He's missing a leg, isn't he?
He might be, yeah. Oh, poor guy.
He's only got 7 or something. Yeah, he's going to have to get off the tent.
Yeah, perhaps.
How do we get him off the tent?
David will take care of it.
Hell no. There's no way. I would not touch that thing in my life.
Do we have long sticks
I wouldn't.
nearby?
I wouldn't even touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. There's no way. Like I'm just waiting for that thing to like pull a karate move and backflip off of that tent onto me. I'm out of here. I'm going. Like if that was on my tent, I would just have to burn down the tent.
Yeah.
Like they can't do it.
Well, there's an idea. We got the coffee on. And of course, it is Sheetz breakfast blend.
Yes.
But what we've made over here and what's kind of simmering in the bag is this Mountain House Adventure Meals breakfast skillet. Now I gotta say, we've had this breakfast skillet up at Hidden Valley once before. And is this the same one?
I believe it is. It does look like it has little bits of pepper and stuff. Even though it doesn't say Southwest breakfast skillet like the other one did,
Right.
it still seems to have a lot of the same stuff. So, but I know when I poured the water in and started stirring it up, it smelled amazing.
Yeah.
It smelled really good. Like I'd eat this at home just for the hell of it.
And it's pretty easy to make. Now, at a place like this where you got the car right here, I mean, normally we would bring bacon and eggs and cook all that stuff
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
But by the time we got up here on, was it Saturday night, there was no grocery store open.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the grocery store yesterday, and then the morning that we're leaving,
Yeah.
doing a big breakfast would be a little overkill.
It would.
So this is perfect.
It is. And the good thing about this is when you buy one of these, like if you don't use it on a camping trip, you can save it. It does not expire until December of 2049.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I can like pass that down a couple generations maybe.
We could.
Yeah. the breakfast skillet heirloom.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to try it and see if it is the same.
Yeah.
And it's an easy make. It really is. You just boil the water, pour the water in the bag, and then you seal the bag and let it sit for.
Well, you have to stir it around first, and then you seal the bag. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Open it back up, stir it again, close it back up, and let it sit for another maybe 4 minutes. And then it's ready to eat.
Cool design on the bag. That's pretty neat. I never really looked at that before. It's got people biking and hiking, and it's got mountains and somebody on a parachute. I see right over here, there's somebody playing the guitar, and there's a tent set up in the background. There's somebody four-wheeling. There's somebody, what is that called, where you stand on the surfboard and paddle?
About paddleboard?
Yep.
Paddleboard, yep. That's a pretty neat design on that bag. I like it.
It is.
I really do.
So here it is, the finished product. And It is really, really good. I'd recommend maybe adding a little bit more water than what they say to add. They say add 1.25 cups. I kind of think that maybe some of the potatoes still stay a little dehydrated when you're done following the directions. So add just a touch more water and make sure that it's boiling when you pour it in the bag. And other than that, it's amazing. This one's got bits of pork, scrambled eggs, potatoes, peppers, and onions down inside there.
I gotta say, I'm eager to try this breakfast hash here. And, it's the breakfast skillet. Was last time called the breakfast hash?
Maybe.
It was the Southwest breakfast hash.
Oh,
That's
I
what it
couldn't
was.
find it. Yeah,
Yeah, but Southwest usually means spicy.
right.
Mmm,
It's got really good flavor, doesn't it?
it does. I mean, honestly, well, you could probably, if you add a little more water, like you said, you could probably fool somebody into thinking that you just cooked this in a pan.
That's probably true. Yeah.
But what I noticed about this one, and I could be wrong, but if I remember right, it seemed like the Southwest skillet had a little more of a kick to it. So maybe the Southwest means that it's just spicy. A lot of times when you see like Southwest in front of something, it's going to be spicy. But really good.
It is. It is
Mountain
quite good.
House.
Yep. I like their brand.
So we broke down our campsite here. And I got to say, this is a really cool place, Ravencliff.
It is.
It's an awesome place to camp because it's got kind of, like I said, the modern campground setup.
Right.
The bathrooms are porta potties in their way down the road there if you want to use them. But given the population of people, you may be better off with the woods.
Yeah.
You know, because there were a couple of campers down there that were probably regularly using them and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know,
With the COVID-19 thing.
the whole
yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's better to stay out of those. Very nice picnic area down by the
Yes.
river there. Whole big picnic pavilion where you could have a family reunion or, you know,
Yeah.
a day picnic or whatever. Bunch of picnic tables with grills. Really nice place. You know, and only $5 a night.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the setting, being nestled here in the mountains. We're down in a valley, and so, you know, we're up on a little bit of hill. You look down the hill and there's the road that actually comes into Ravencliff, but just on the other side of that, there's the Cripple Creek, and then there's this giant mountain over there that you can see. It just towers way up, so it feels a little bit, I don't know, homey or protected in some way and kind of comfortable because of that. And I feel like it's not, you wouldn't have terrible weather up here, you know.
Right.
You wouldn't have really strong winds, but every so often
'Cause you're
maybe.
down, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
because you're
down in
down
there.
in this little valley, and
Yep.
it's just trees all around. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. We've had some nice weather. A little bit of drizzle last night, but nothing
Not
that put out the
much.
fire. Nothing that even, you know,
Yeah.
lasted for very long.
Yeah, it was only probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one trail that we haven't hiked that goes out to Cove. I forget the name of the cove.
Yeah, it was
But,
started with a C, something Cove Trail. Yeah.
Yeah, so perhaps next time we'll go check out that trail. It's a little longer than the one that went out to the furnaces.
Yeah.
But it was really neat. And we were doing a little bit of research last night, and I was looking up, you know, like haunted places in the area and such. And I found that way back, I forget when exactly it was, but Ivanhoe was this kind of a booming town for its time. A lot of cabins and bars and stuff like that. And according to what I've read, there was this pastor, Sheffy
Yeah.
was his name. And he was one of these circuit pastors that would come around, and they'd come around on the circuit just like the circuit judges, and they'd preach and try to bring God to these little remote communities that this was the frontier at the time.
Right.
Well, he would literally pray for these distilleries, like a tree to fall on this distillery. And there were no trees in the area, and there was a storm that came through, and a tree came right on this distillery.
Yeah.
Another one that he prayed that would end it burned down. So they believed like his prayers were really powerful.
Yes.
But when he came to Ivanhoe, which is the nearest town to where we are now, apparently he couldn't win anybody over.
No.
And he decided to turn his back on Ivanhoe. And as he went away, he cursed the town. He said the town will never prosper.
Yeah.
And according
and that
to
it will sink into the pits of hell.
that,
Yeah.
he was pretty harsh on
He
that.
was.
Can't forget that little
He was
part.
pretty harsh on that. But the town, from being the way they described it, is kind of a booming town back in the day. According to what this guy said, he said it did kind of start to go through some hard times after
Went
that.
into decline
Yeah,
immediately.
went into decline. So
Yeah, and they also said, which I think is interesting, they've had a huge problem with sinkholes opening in the ground around this area in recent years. So
Yeah.
sinking into the pit of hell, you know, the sinkholes opening up and probably swallowing houses and stuff. It's pretty crazy. But they did say that he was intent on trying to save Ivanhoe because this is where he was born and raised, was in this area. And so there's an elementary school named after him. There's a couple of streets named after him. And we kept seeing this name Sheffy.
Yeah.
And being that it's such a strange last name, we took mental note of it. But it wasn't until last night that we actually read the story that he's cursed the town.
Yep,
So,
Sheffy's curse, and his name is still reverend up in these parts.
Yeah.
So definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Cool little story there.
Yeah.
But we're going to get back on the road. We got quite a trip going back.
Yeah.
And perhaps see where we can get lunch along the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we had these, but have you seen what's next to it?
What, the greasy ones?
Reese's peanut butter
Flavored cupcakes. Those look really good. Maybe we should try those now.
I believe we
I
should.
think
So we stopped at Sheetz to get some lunch here along the way. We're a couple hours out from getting back. And we got some good food here. We're going to go ahead and unveil it. And David actually is trying something new.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see, like, I was on the fence. I was about to order this, but for some reason I saw a picture of a chicken sandwich on the screen, and even though I had one the last time we were at Sheetz, I had to go for a chicken sandwich again. It seemed like I don't know, it was so good last time, I just wanted to go for it again. But let's take a look at that Rollies. Called, right?
Yeah, Rollies, yeah.
Oh yeah, and those smoked potato cheese sticks, whatever they're, loaded potato cheese sticks. I went for those again too, because they were so good. What is this? What do you got over here?
Well, I wanted something like an Italian sub, but a lot of times I don't like so much bread on it. It kind of overstuffs you, you know? It's a lot of starch. So I went with a wrap this time because it's a little lighter. But I also got their curly fries. This is somewhat of a new thing at Sheetz. They are absolutely amazing. Arby's doesn't have anything on these curly fries. And they always offer you a dipping sauce. Most of them it comes with a dipping sauce, so it's really cool.
What kind of dipping sauce is that?
That is jalapeno ranch.
Ah,
Yep.
that's pretty good.
Yep.
That's pretty good. So David, you unveiled the Rollies over here.
Yeah.
Look at that
It
thing.
looks like a Stromboli type deal, like
It
a
does.
pizza Stromboli, like calzone type deal, you know? I
Absolutely.
wonder if it's like, I mean, it seems to be pretty, it's hot, man. It looks like a lot of bread on the end, but
yeah,
I mean,
it looks like you gotta get through that bread a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, take an obnoxious bite. That'll get you through it. Yeah, I see something down in there. How is it?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's literally just a pizza rolled up. Like, that's
Yeah.
all it is. I mean, it's pretty good, though. I mean, it seems to be, they didn't skimp on, like, the pepperonis. So if you like pepperonis, yeah, I mean, they packed this thing full of that. I mean, it's pretty good, though. But it's not, like, a substitute for something you get at, like, you know, an Italian restaurant. But it's good, though. It's pretty good.
They make the dough there and everything.
Yeah, it's still good, though.
So how's that Italian
Wrap.
wrap?
It's actually really good.
What'd you get in that?
A lot of flavor. I think it gets ham and salami and cheese. I got like pepper jack because I like a little bit of a kick there. I got lettuce and I got onions, a little bit of mayo, some Italian sauce, and I think that's roughly it.
You customized that?
I did. Yeah, you can customize it. You can add whatever you want. But I didn't want to go too crazy, so I just got a lot of the basic things that you would find on an Italian sub anyways.
So my chicken sandwich the other day, I didn't really get a chance to unveil it because we were in mid-conversation and such, talking to the gentleman that was with the Paranormal Investigation group. but this is what I got today. I got the spicy chicken, okay? And on there I got jalapenos, pickles, shredded lettuce, tomato, you see it up at the top there, pepper jack cheese. Then I got some buffalo sauce on there and some jalapeno ranch to go with the buffalo sauce. So coming together, this is a pretty good sandwich, I gotta say. It's good enough for me to order it twice, which I don't do a whole lot, except for with like the burger and their chicken, the chicken bites. I've gotten those quite a few times, of course. So I take a little bite of this thing here. That's a good sandwich. So we're cruising down 64 East here, and still way up in the mountains. Beautiful scenery up here. But we've decided to break into the Reese's peanut butter. Who made these? Miss Freshly's or something like that?
Yes.
And we know the Hershey's ones are amazing. So if you can get a look at that there, it's got some sprinkles on top. The sprinkles, I must note, are the Reese's Pieces colors, which is pretty cool. So I'm eager to try this and see what is in the middle that's going to end up all over my face. Have a look in the middle there. Looks like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm guessing a peanut butter cream.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Because I was thinking it's not peanut butter, but it's not like that chocolate that was in the last one.
Yeah.
But it's a peanut butter flavored, so peanut butter cream. Pretty good stuff.
Is it as good as the Hershey's?
I honestly like the Hershey's one better.
Yeah.
Because of the chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
With this one, for me, the peanut butter cream in the middle is almost a little too sweet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like almost like teeth hurting sweet.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still very good, especially if you like that sweet stuff.
Right.
But I do like the Hershey one better.